Morning, students. So in the last class we have derived the expression for electric potential due to a point charge. For a single charge, for single point charge, we have found the expression for the electric potential. So this expression is yesterday what we have derived. It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. So this electric potential is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. So if you want to add, this is for single charge. If more number of charges, due to more number of charges, if you want to find potential at a point, so then we say this as electric potential due to system of charges. Electric potential due to system of charges. So for a system of charges, if the more number of charges are present, then electric potential at any one point we will find out. So let us consider P is our point where I want to know the electric potential. Because of charges Q1, Q2, Q3, and here like this, many number of charges are there. So Qn. So these are separated. Q1 is separated. The separation between Q1 and point P is R1. The separation between this Q2 and P is R2. So this charge Q3 is at a distance of R3 from P, and this Qn is at a distance of Rn from it. So yesterday we have found only because of one charge what is the potential at the point P. Now if there are many number of charges, a system of charges are present, so then what is the potential at the point P? So that we will find out. I said this electric potential is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. So if you want to find the electric potential at this point, it is just the algebraic sum of all the charges. So in the last class, somewhat similar expressions we have found in the previous chapter in electric force and electric field. Since they are vector quantities, vector addition we were doing to find the electric field or electric force at this point. But electric potential is a scalar quantity. Because of that, vector addition, no need of vector addition, it is normal scalar algebraic addition is sufficient here. So then, what is here? First, V1. Potential due to this charge Q1. It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R1. Because of Q2, what is the potential? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 by R2. What is the potential at this point? Because of Q3, it is V3 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q3 by R3. In this way, if there are n number of charges are present in that system, then Vn is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. It is Qn by Rn. Okay? If there are n number of charges, so potential due to this charge is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Qn by Rn. Since electric potential is a scalar quantity, normal algebraic addition will give us the potential due to all these system of charges. Potential due to all these system of charges at this point P is just the normal addition of all the potentials due to these individual charges. So, potential at P is V1, V2, V3. So, like this, if there are n number of charges, it is Vn. Okay. So therefore, if I substitute these values here, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So this is common in all these. So it is Q1 by R1 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 by R2. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q3 by R3. So like this, for nth charge, it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Qn by Rn. So this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. If we take common, what is left out is Qn by R1, Q2 by R2, Q3 by R3. So like this, Qn by Rn. or in general I can write it as potential at the point P is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. It is summation of Qi by R. So where I starts from 1 to n. Where I starts from 1 to n. It is summation of all these. This is the expression of electric potential due to system of charges. If more number of charges are present there, so then it is the algebraic addition of all the individual electric potential due to all these charges. So just one example we will see, so that how it is different from electric force and field we can see. If there are so this is a triangle ABC. So one charge Q, other charge Q, two charges Q and Q are placed on the vertices of this triangle of side A. We want to find out electric potential at this point C because of these two charges. Okay. So this charge Q, which is at A, is at a distance of A from C. So potential at C due to A is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, charge is Q divided by the separation is A. So because of this charge which is placed at B, Q charge which is placed at B, because of this, what is the potential at C? It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by A. Charge is Q, its separation from C it is. So VC is equal to, so just we have to do the normal algebraic addition here, since potential is a scalar quantity. So what it is, VC is equal to VA plus VB. In a sense, so VA is 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. It is Q by A plus 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q by A. In the sense, this will be, it is 2 times of 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q by A. 2 times of 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q by A. Just we are adding them, unlike in your electric force and field. To find out field at this point, because of these two charges, so we were doing all the vector addition, those things which was very difficult. But this quantity, since it is a scalar quantity, just we were adding electric potential due to normally we are adding here. Okay, so such many examples we will solve at the last. So just how easy it is to find the electric phenomena at any point, just because of that I have shown it with one example. Such many examples we will solve it in the later. So now we will do one more derivation. That is derivation like it is solving an example like electric potential due to a dipole. In that two conditions we will see. One is on its axial line and other is on its equatorial line. Later we will find at any general point we will find the expression for electric potential due to a dipole. Already you have seen in the electric field case, already you have found electric field due to a dipole on its axial line, on its equatorial line, and also on the general point. You have calculated. Same thing we will do it for the electric potential. Due to a dipole. So three cases, as I said, three cases we will see here on its axial line, on its equatorial line, and lastly at a general point we will see. So first we will see on the axial line. So this is our dipole, a minus Q charge and plus Q charge. So these are the two charges. separated by a very small distance, 2a, separated by a very small distance 2a. Okay, so this is our dipole. So this minus q charge, let us consider it is at a position A and this is at a position B. And O is the center of it. So since the total length is 2a, dipole length is 2a. So what I have done, so this distance I am dividing it is a here and till here is a. So this 2a I am dividing 2a, I am dividing into a and a. So because of that I got this 2a. So this is our dipole. So I want to find out electric potential at a point on its axial line, at somewhere here at a point P, which is at a distance r from the center of the dipole. So this point P, which is on the axial line of it, I want to find out electric potential at this point P, which is at a distance r from the center of the dipole. Okay, so for that, so potential due to this minus charge, this is like a system of charge. That system consists of two charges, one negative charge and one positive charge. Two similar, they are similar in same in magnitude but opposite in charges. Because of this minus q charge, what is the potential at this point? So since it is at position A, I write it as VA. This is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Charge is here minus q. What is the separation? Till here it is A. From here it is R. In the sense, this is R plus A. It is R plus A. Because of this negative charge, what is the potential at this point P, which is on the axial line? So this is our potential. So because of this positive charge, what it is? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. What is the charge here? Plus q. It is plus q. What is the separation? So till the center it is R. And so this much we have to subtract from R, because it is at this point. We have to subtract from R this much distance, we have to subtract. In the sense, it is at a distance of R minus A. So this distance is, it is our R minus A. Okay. So and to find at this point, it will be the potential at this point will be sum of these two. So VA potential at P is equal to VA plus VB. It is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught minus Q by R plus A plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught plus Q R minus A. So this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Even Q I can take a common here. Q I will take common in these two. What is left out? Minus 1 by R plus A plus 1 by R minus A. Just we have to solve it. How it will be? Potential at P on the axial line is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. So what is the LCM here? It is R plus A into R minus A. Right? So here minus it is R minus A here plus R plus A. So it will be Q by 4 pi epsilon naught A plus B, A minus B is R square minus A square. So this is minus R plus A plus R plus A. So this minus R, this plus R get cancels. So this will be Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. This is 2A divided by R square minus A square. Okay, so this I can write it as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So this Q into 2A charge, one of the charge, magnitude of one of the charge into dipole length, Q into T, 2A, magnitude of the charge into dipole length. This is nothing but it is our dipole moment P instead of Q into 2A, because Q into 2A is our dipole moment. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by it is R square minus A square. This is our expression for the electric potential at a point on the axial line. One more thing we can do here. Usually R is much greater than A, because always dipole and ideal dipole. So these charges should be as possible as the magnitude of the charges should be more, and the dipole length should be as possible as it should be small. Usually we will find it that in angstroms, whereas this length is definitely some large compared to angstrom like. So therefore, this R is much greater than A. So this R is much greater than A. So therefore, we can neglect this. This A square compared to this, we can take it as, we can neglect it. It is almost 0. So potential 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. It is P by R square. This is on the axial line. On the axial line, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square for an ideal dipole, because R is much greater than A here. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square. Just you can see what is the expression for the electric field due to a dipole on the axial line. It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R cube there, whereas here it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square. So this is expression for the electric potential due to a dipole on its axial line. So we'll see the next case. How about it is on the, we have found on the axial line. How about on the equatorial line? On equatorial line of a dipole. So same, we will take one charge minus q, other charge plus q. So this is one point, this is other charge. This is at position A, this is at position B. So this is the center of the dipole. Since dipole length is 2a, So this we have taken it as A till the center. From the center we have taken it as A. So equatorial line, as you know, it will be the perpendicular bisector at the midpoint. Equatorial line, it lies at the perpendicular bisector. It lies at this point. So at the midpoint we are bisecting it somewhere at point P. I want to know the electric potential due to these two charges. So this separation from the center, so let us consider it is at a distance of r. This point P is at a distance r from the center. Okay. So we will find out how far it is. This minus q charge from the point P. How far it is. This plus q charge from P. This distance is A. This distance is R. So therefore, this distance will be, it is square root of R square plus A square. From Pythagoras theorem, it is the square root of R square plus A square. Similarly, here also it is square root of R square plus A square. So it is just like a two system charge, a system which is consisting of two charges, and we want to find out the potential at point P. Okay, so potential due to this minus q charge, potential due to this minus q charge is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. It is q by, what is the length here? It is square root of R square plus A square. So since this charge is a negative charge, minus q. So VB is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So here it is. This is a plus q charge. Plus q charge. How far it is? Square root of R square plus A square. So I want to know potential at P. So V is equal to, it is sum of these two. It is the sum of these two. Sum of VA plus VB. You can notice here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught minus q. See, everything is same. Everything is same. As this 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught minus q square root of R square plus A square. Here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught plus q. So this is plus q and this is minus q. If we add these two, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught minus q by, square root of r square plus a square plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by square root of r square plus a square. So these two get cancelled. So potential will become 0. So potential on equatorial line, potential anywhere on the equatorial line which is perpendicular bisector at the center, which is perpendicular bisector, anywhere you can see the potential due to negative charge and the potential due to positive charge will get cancelled. So that anywhere on the equatorial line, the potential due to a dipole on the equatorial line, it will come as 0. Whereas for electric field we were getting a definite expression because electric field is a vector quantity. So whereas since it is a scalar quantity, so it is because of this negative charge and positive charge, their separation is same. So therefore at anywhere on the equatorial line you will get the potential as 0. So electric potential due to a dipole on the axial line, we got it as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p by r square, whereas on the equatorial line we got it as 0. So now same expression. In the third case we will see at any general point, it is not on the axial line or not on the equatorial line. At any point, at one point, we will find out the expression for electric potential due to a dipole at any general point. This is our, at any point it is, at any point. So this is one charge minus Q. This is other charge plus Q. So its position is A, its position B. This is our dipole length. So it is our center O. So from here, from the center, since dipole length, total length is 2A. So from the center to this charge, it is at a distance A, and here also this distance is A. So I am saying a general point. general points may lie at any point like this. This is a point P. This is a point P. So at this point, I want to know the electric potential due to this dipole. So this is making an angle theta. This is making an angle theta. So what we have to do to find out at this point? So what is how far this minus q? How far this minus q is from point P? And how far this point P is from here? So this length is longer than this, whereas this is a little shorter than this. So what is the electric potential due to this negative charge? It is VA is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. Charge is minus q. Charge is minus q. What is the separation? Just I will write it as PA, because we know this length is R. This length is R. From the center O, what is the length of these? VB is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. How far it is? So this is plus q. Separation. So this is P here and this is P. So it is P. Okay. So then potential is 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. Is potential will be sum of these two. Potential at P is sum of these two. It is minus q by P plus 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. It is plus q by PB. So 1 by 4 by epsilon naught, even q I can take common. Q I can take common. It is 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. What is left out inside? Minus 1 by PA plus 1 by So now our aim is to find out the value of this PA and PB, because they have mentioned us only this length. How far this point P is from the center of the dipole, they are not mentioned, whereas this length and this length they have not mentioned. So because of that, so some construction we will do here. What is that? We'll extend this PO and we draw a perpendicular at this point. So this AM perpendicular to this PO. So that, so this dipole is a very small, dipole is very small, dipole length is very small for an ideal dipole. Okay, so therefore what I assume, so this length is approximately equal to this length. Okay, so till here O to P, I know it is R. But I have to find out now this length, OM length, I have to find out. For that, when this is theta, this also will be theta. In this right angle triangle, I know this length is A. So this is opposite, whereas this is adjacent. So I want this length. So therefore, I use trigonometry function cos theta. Cos theta is equal to it is OM, adjacent OM. I know hypotenuse. It is this distance, half of the dipole length from the center. This I know this is A. So OM is equal to A cos theta. OM is equal to A cos theta. Okay. So that, so PA, how I taken? PA is approximately equal to PM, and this is equal to, what is PM? It is PO plus this is OM. So what is PO? From here to here, it is R. What is OM? Just now we have found it is A cos theta. So our PA value is R plus A cos theta. Okay. So similarly, we try to find out this PB value. So this PB value is shorter than, it is smaller than this. So because of that, what construction I will do? I will draw a perpendicular at this point. At this point, I will draw a perpendicular. How it is? This I say it as N. I will draw a perpendicular to this. I will say this as N. Now, this length approximately equal, approximately this will become equal to this length. Okay. So what it is? This PB is equal to, how it is? PB is approximately equal to PN. PB is approximately equal to PN, and that is equal to, total length is PO minus this ON. So this is our right angle triangle. We'll find out the value of ON now. This is right angle triangle. Opposite, hypotenuse. This is our. So once again, we'll find out through the cos theta. Cos theta is equal to, it is adjacent. This is our adjacent ON divided by this is our hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, this value is A. So ON is equal to, it is A cos theta. ON is equal to A cos theta. So that I will write here, this PO is R. What is the value of ON? ON value is A cos theta. So these things I'll substitute in this expression. If I say this as expression 1, this value of PA and PB I'll substitute here. Okay, so V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So Q also I have taken out. Q also I have taken out. So minus 1 divided by PA value is R plus A cos theta. R plus A cos theta. Plus PB value I have to substitute in this equation 1. What is PB value? It is 1 by R minus A cos theta. Okay, just if you solve this equation, Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. This is like A plus B, A minus B. It is R square minus A square cos square theta. LCM of this will be R square minus A square cos square theta. So this will be minus R minus A cos theta plus, so this will be R plus A cos theta. Here LCM will come R plus A cos theta into R minus A cos theta. LCM, so that if I directly wrote here, it is R square minus A square cos square theta. So this will be Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. It is minus R plus A cos theta plus R plus A cos theta whole divided by R square minus A square cos square theta. So this minus R, this plus R get cancels. So what is left out? It is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. Inside A cos theta and A cos theta, it is 2A cos theta divided by R square minus A square cos square theta. So this Q and this 2A, Q into 2A is nothing but it is our P. So this V is equal to, it is 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. In place of Q into 2A, magnitude of either of the charge into dipole length is our dipole moment. This is our dipole moment. into cos theta divided by r square minus a square cos square so this is our general at any general point. If you want to know the dipole, the electric potential due to a dipole, if you want to know, so this becomes the expression for us. So here once again we can do an approximation for an ideal dipole. What is the ideal dipole? If R is much greater than A, as I mentioned, this A value will be very small, of the order of angstrom, whereas this distance is a definite distance it is, which is much greater than that angstrom. So therefore, R is much greater than A. So then this whole value is approximately equal to, this whole value is approximately equal to 0. Then potential will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. It is P cos theta divided by R square. P cos theta by R square. So this is our expression for the electric potential due to a dipole on any general point. General point in the sense which is making an angle theta. Because of that, this point is making an angle theta. Because of that, in the expression also, we are getting this as cos theta, P cos theta. So you can see by substituting the value of theta on axial line. Axial line means this theta will be 0. Axial line means theta will be 0. Okay, so if you substitute that cos 0 is equal to 1, then 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square. What I have derived just a few minutes before. So if it is on the axial line, this theta will be 0. Cos 0 you substitute there. Cos 0 is 1. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square. On the equatorial line, we have derived. On the equatorial line means this point P is here. In the sense this theta will be 90 degree. Theta is 90 degree. If theta is 90 degree, in place of this cos 90, you substitute cos 90. If you substitute cos 90 is equal to 0. Then this whole term becomes 0. So therefore, what we have derived in general, even if you apply for the axial and equatorial, we are getting the same. Okay, so with this, we'll stop here and tomorrow we'll see.